The shooting of Ally Brueger is a crime that horrifies residents of Holly, Michigan, a small rural community north of Detroit.
We're all afraid, and it's kind of scary.
In mourning the death of Ally
was our only child. She was my best friend.
Ally's mom, Nikki, and dad, Franz, are heartbroken. Nikki, how would you best describe your daughter, Ally?
Ally was a very considerate, thoughtful, generous, kind person.
Which is why Ally had chosen to become a nurse.
She was totally dedicated to her nursing, her work.
Giving an inspiring speech to fellow students when she graduated from nursing school.
You will not be famous, no, that is true, at least in the broad sense of the word. But in the lives of the people you touch, heal, and help, you will be all-star, do no wrong, and perfect.
And at the same time the 4'9" dynamo was working at a local hospital, she was also studying for her master's degree in writing.
Nursing was her profession, but writing was her passion.
Despite her busy life, Ally also found time for another passion: running. Religiously jogging 10 miles a day, every day, without fail.
She would run in a blizzard.
And each time she left the house, her mom would give her the same warning.
Be careful out there.
But Nikki could have never imagined they'd be the last words she'd ever speak to Ally as her daughter set out on a run one afternoon as usual.
There's a girl laying in my yard that just got shot a couple times.
Suddenly, 31-year-old Ally would be fighting for her life after being shot in the back, running one of her regular routes, apparently trying to flee her attacker.
Okay, she got shot?
Yes. Laying face down, she's bleeding all over the place. I got to get out there and see if I can help her.
This is where Ally collapsed, probably 50 feet from the dirt road where she was jogging. The man who lives in this house came out, saw her, ran back in, called 911, and actually used his hands to plug her wounds to keep her alive until emergency rescue crews got here.
I was trying to keep her from bleeding to death.
The Good Samaritan, who asked that we protect his identity, remembers a critically wounded Ally fading fast as he tended to her.
Well, then she stopped breathing, and I hollered at her, and she started breathing again.
But tragically, Ally wouldn't make it and is officially declared dead on arrival at a local hospital.
And I went to the hospital, and then Nikki told me she's gone.
And her devastated parents, it's like time has stood still.
At that point, you're like in shock.
Nikki and Franz can't fathom what kind of monster would rob them of their precious only child.
The circumstances surrounding her murder are unrelenting to me, to Franz.
Local and state police would scour the crime scene and surrounding neighborhood for any clues, witnesses, and evidence they could find. And they can tell almost immediately that Ally had been shot from behind with a shotgun. How many shots were fired, do you know?
We believe 5 shots were fired.
Only one of those shots actually finding its target.
It hits her in the small part of her back and just happens to hit the wrong blood vessel, and she bleeds out.
Several residents tell police they heard the gunshots, and some say they noticed a white sedan in the area around the time of the murder.
We had some tire tracks that we believe may have belonged to a vehicle that we thought was out there.
But apart from that, investigators don't have much to go on. The location of the shooting is problematic in the investigation. A dirt road. Houses are spread far apart. No surveillance cameras and no eyewitnesses.
There just wasn't that stuff out there.
And they can only speculate about who might have killed Ally and why.
And there's so many different scenarios that are possible in this.
One of them that Ally may have been the victim of a deadly case of road rage.
Somebody drives by, and for whatever reason, they get into it, and she's killed.
Or unthinkably, that Ally had been deliberately marked for assassination.
She knew who it was. Somebody that got mad at her at work, something to that effect.
And police are about to be presented with yet another scenario that's even scarier. Next, investigators think they may be looking for a serial killer.
He's traveling around and doing different places.
Ally's murder was the first one.
But then, just 3 days after Ally's killing, investigators get an unexpected lead. when another young woman is murdered in eerily similar circumstances 600 miles away.